We recently just saw Hurricane Milton make landfall as a Category 3 hurricane off the Siesta Keys region here at 120 miles an hour, but we just got that update where it came down to a Category 2. So right now it's at 110 miles an hour, and it's going to continue to track northeastward right now through Florida as a hurricane still. So it's going to come down as a Category 1 and then make its way through Florida, and by the time it makes it to the Atlantic, it's going to be a tropical storm. But our main issue right now, as it's made landfall, is all that potential storm surge coming inland. So from St. Petersburg, Bradenton, Sarasota, all the way down to Fort Myers is where we can see that catastrophic flooding due to this storm surge. So that 12 plus feet, even 15 feet of storm water coming in, but they're not the only ones that can see all of the storm surge come in. We see right here in Georgia, Savannah, and all the way up to South Carolina, we can see 3 to 6 feet of storm surge come in for us. And we heard the term storm surge with Hurricane Helene, and now we hear it with Hurricane Milton. And in simple terms, it means that this normal sea level water gets brought inland, literally pushed inland by those hurricane winds. So if we really see that come into play right here, here's our normal sea level. It's at 3 feet off the coast, not doing anybody any harm, and then it starts to come inland. At 6 feet, it's already reaching that first level of the home. And mind you, I'm around 5 feet, so this is already over my height. And it becomes even more dangerous when it's at 12 feet. That's already double. It's already on the second story of a home. So that's where those evacuations were set in order in most areas right now within the last hour, and continuing for the next couple hours, can see some catastrophic, life-threatening flooding in the Tampa Bay and Sarasota region due to this storm surge. But right now, as we see, Hurricane Milton is going to continue to make its way out of Florida. By the morning hours, it's almost completely out of the way, but by the time you're eating lunch tomorrow, it should be out of the picture and everybody will be in the clear once again. And right here in North Georgia, we're not going to see any of Hurricane Milton's impacts, except some of our southern counties can see some of those winds right here. So we see some of those peaks in winds in the upper mid 30s, as that's the most impact we're going to get here in Georgia. But for the time being, we had some gorgeous temperatures. We were sitting at 80 degrees. We're at a low of 62, and we are slightly below average for this fall-like, above average, sorry, for this fall-like type of year. But going into tomorrow, we are going to be taking a step down from those 80s, staying in the upper 70s, and we start to taste a little bit of that fall as we're going to be staying in the upper 50s for those lows. And it's going to be perfect because I am craving some of that crisp air for those football games. And we have our Georgia Bulldogs playing at 4:15 against Mississippi State, and it's going to be a great day for a game day. And it's going to be a great day for the weekend as we have a gorgeous weekend ahead, but the first time ever this year that we are dipping down into the upper 40s. But as we go into the rest of that 7-day, we're seeing our last 80s on Sunday, and then fall starts to peek through and come in at the beginning of next week.